quiet little village, hidden between green hills and a sparkling river, lived an old grandmother and her only grandchild, Arjun. He was an orphan, raised in a small hut where, though food was scarce, laughter was plenty. Arjun loved telling stories, and even in hard times, his bright spirit filled the home with hope. One terrible year, the crops failed, and the grandmother feared she could not feed Arjun. One night, a stranger with glowing green eyes knocked on the door. He was no ordinary traveller, he was a djinn. "I will give you gold and food," the djinn whispered. "But in return, the boy must work for me in my palace under the mountain." The grandmother, blinded by desperation, agreed. When Arjun woke, he found himself in a palace with shining marble floors and burning blue torches. "You will sweep, scrub, and serve me," the djinn commanded. Arjun worked hard, but his clever mind never rested. He noticed the djinn was proud, but terribly foolish. Whenever Arjun asked a question, the djinn boasted about his riches, his powers, and even his weaknesses. One day, while cleaning the shelves, Arjun found a golden cage with a bird inside. The bird whispered, "The djinn's power lies in the silver lamp hidden in his library. Trick him into losing it, and you will be free." That night, Arjun hatched a plan. He went to the djinn and said, "Master, you say you are the strongest in the world, but I've heard of magicians who can squeeze themselves into tiny things like a bottle. Can you do that?" The djinn laughed so loudly that the walls shook. "Of course, foolish boy. Watch this." With a puff of smoke, the djinn shrank smaller and smaller until he slipped inside the very silver lamp. Quick as lightning, Arjun grabbed the lamp and slammed the lid shut. The palace trembled. The bird's cage burst open, and the bird transformed into a shining fairy. "You clever child," the fairy said. "You have trapped the djinn forever. For your courage and hope, I will reward you." With a wave of her hand, the mountain palace crumbled into dust, and Arjun found himself back in his village. Rain poured from the sky, filling the fields and rivers. The villagers cheered, for the drought was over. The grandmother, filled with regret, hugged Arjun tightly. "Forgive me, child. I made a mistake, but you have given us hope again." Arjun smiled. "We will never need to bargain with darkness again. Hope, courage, and cleverness are stronger than fear." From that day on, Arjun's story spread far and wide. Children of the village grew up learning that even in the darkest times, a clever mind and a hopeful heart could outsmart even the greatest of giants. And as for the djinn, he remained trapped in his lamp forever, grumbling and raging, while the world outside flourished with joy and laughter.